This week on the Virtual Boys,
Pokémon Sun and Pokémon Moon.
you're listening to the Virtual Boys podcast, a podcast of four friends dedicated to discussing and analyzing all things Nintendo. You can find us online at virtualboys.xyz, as well as on your social network of choice. Don't forget to subscribe, leave some feedback, and share us with your friends. Oh, and please enjoy the show. It is Thursday, December 1st. This is episode 40 of the Virtual Boys podcast. I'm David. Primarina is my new favorite Pokemon from Pokémon Sun. Accompanied today with Jordan.
Mine's Lurantis.
James.
Mine's Stuffle.
And Skylar.
My favorite's Vikavolt, actually. I like Vikavolt a lot. It's pretty sick.
Vikavolt is a really cool looking Pokemon.
I actually didn't get Vikavolt until endgame.
You don't get him until endgame. You have to go to the
Pony Canyon.
Yeah, Pony Canyon, and then he evolves.
That's yeah.
That's when I got my
I ran
Magneton.
one too.
I
liked him.
Zone. Cool. Yeah. Well, we'll talk about Pokemon Sun and Moon later. This episode is mostly going to be about that because that's kind of all we've been doing for the last almost 2 weeks. So, anyway, let's go into business, what we've been doing, if it hasn't been about Pokemon. I'll just start. On top of Pokemon Sun and Moon, I guess just Sun for me, but I played through Guacamelee. It's an indie game that was released for the Wii U and is on a whole bunch of other platforms as well. It feels a lot like it's a Metroid game, but with fighting styles in it. There are places to explore, you get new abilities, you can run through old areas, and you're like way strong. It feels a lot like Super Metroid, but with like combat from like Street Fighter or something. So it's really fun. I know Skylar's played through it as well.
I just like how they call the power-up upgrade thing the Chuzu statues.
Yes.
Or Chuzo statues.
They look just like Chozo statues, and you break them, you punch them, and then a goat appears, and he's like, all right, fine, I'll teach you what new ability you got. And it's really cool.
Yeah.
The story, it takes place in Mexico during the Day of the Dead ceremony. Basically, an old luchador wants to build an army of skeleton monsters from the dead world and basically take over the world, and it's just so entertaining. It's only like 5 hours long if you just run through it, so it's
like a short
really
Metrovania
fun.
kind of game.
I've never heard of it. That actually sounds really interesting. I need to pick it up, along with the other one that Skylar was mentioning. That's Metroidvania.
Axiom Verge.
Axiom Verge, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Which, if you love Guacamelee, you will love Axiom Verge.
Yeah, same with Metroid. So
yeah.
I highly recommend these two games, and that's what I've been doing. Has anyone else been doing something other than Pokemon?
I've been playing Donkey Kong 64. Currently trying to 100% it. I don't have the version for the N64 because my brother took it, so I got it for the Wii Virtual Console. And I have to say, this is probably the worst port I've ever played on the Virtual Console. Hands down. It for whatever reason, the sensitivity for the joystick is astronomical. Like, so much as nudging it, and it flies across the screen.
Yeah, I agree. It's really bad.
Because of that, it makes it harder to control even the camera. It's just...
Camera control in Donkey Kong 64 isn't...
Yeah, camera control is already bad, but add in the sensitivity issues, and it just gets a million times worse. Still having fun with it. I love Donkey Kong 64. Big nostalgia trip for me. 100% is the only way to go about it right now. Currently got like 40 bananas after 2 hours or something.
Okay.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
Yeah. But also, I'm playing with another friend, so every time I get a banana, I switch it over to him, and he gets a banana. Oh. And so he's a bit slower than I am, so maybe I would have been able to get a little bit more.
Makes sense. Just let him grab all the easy bananas.
Well, he doesn't like me bossing him around on where to go, so I give him the controller and just sit quietly while he tries to find something. Yeah, I play a bit of Pokemon when he's looking around for bananas. Just because he's never even beaten the game, so we're just going through it together.
Ah, cool.
That's cool. Thanks for sharing about that. Skylar, did you have anything other than Pokemon?
Well, I played Zelda Link Between the Worlds again. 100%ed it this time. found all the Mai and everything. It was a lot of fun. Like, I played it again. It's like, this is definitely my favorite 2D Zelda game. It's
Easy.
It's so good.
It's really good.
Easily
really
the best
well
one.
put together.
Yeah, it like flows so well. The dungeons are so open. I did them in a different order this time just to mix it up. It was great. It was a lot of fun. It's definitely worth playing. Definitely, if you have a 3DS, you should own this game and you should play it. Another game I played through was Sonic Boom, which was a masochist stint in me. I decided to pick it up because Sega had a sale.
Is that worth it? What's the sale? They pay you $5?
I wish.
Close.
It was like $12 or something.
What was your end playtime on that?
5-6 hours. I beat it really fast. The
It's a
game's
short game.
super short. It needed a lot more time. The game's not very polished. Glitches galore, even though they quote unquote fixed it with a patch. But
So you can't fly around as Knuckles anymore?
no, you can't. They took away the only fun part about the game.
You were looking so forward to it.
Yeah, it was. I was like, I can fly now. No, it doesn't work anymore. It's just kind of terrible. Sonic Boom. Oh my gosh. Big red button. I feel so bad for you. Sega that
It's
had
so
to.
interesting because before Sonic Boom came out, Sonic was on the rise back to like, not to its roots, but to being like decent games.
Well, yeah, Generations was great.
Yeah, I love Generations. Colors was good.
Yeah, Colors was good.
Colors was good. It wasn't a fantastic game, but it was a good game.
Yeah.
I mean, going along with Sonic Colors, I also picked up the 3DS Sonic Colors game to play through some of those levels.
I didn't play Lost World. How was that one?
Lost
It's all
World
right.
was okay. It
It felt more
got
like- okay.
really hard at the end. Like, the whole game was fun, and then it hit the end, I was like, this is ridiculous.
It felt like Sega's take on Mario Galaxy.
Yeah, that's a good point. Although I thought Sonic Colors was Sega's
Yeah,
take on
definitely.
Mario Galaxy. Just because,
Yeah.
like, we're in space. Here's a theme park.
True.
But
I guess it's
here's
just all the
theme park.
gravity. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
No, there is a lot of gravity though in Sonic Lost World. It does have to deal with you running around in spheres and things like that, which is okay. And Sonic Generations on the 3DS is also it's good. It's a good game. I still like Sonic Rush more, but the speed factor is there, and I like it more than Sonic Boom Fire and Ice. Fire and Ice is not that good compared to.
I just can't play the Sonic games on
Generations.
mobile. The screen like resolution, I don't know, something about it. It just doesn't seem like the hardware keeps up on the mobile games.
Just like the speed of
Yeah,
the
with
games.
the speed and the handhelds. I don't know. Maybe I just haven't touched it since Sonic Rush, and I wasn't too big of a fan of it, and everyone else was huge onto it. It's just, I don't know. I'll stick to the original trilogy.
Yeah, I wish they would put a game like Sonic Rush on a home console instead
Yeah.
of trying to make it 3D all the time, which is cool, but if we could go back to Sonic's roots a little bit and fix that up first, it would be pretty nice.
I guess that's what Sonic, the new Sonic game is like, though.
Yeah.
I forget what
Who
it's
knows?
called. But what they showed at that Sega conference.
The conference where they lost audio halfway through
Yeah.
or something on the live stream. It was really bad. Cool. Thanks, Skylar. James.
No, I just been playing Pokemon, so
Attaboy.
I'm kind of slow.
Attaboy.
I was kind of slow though, so
Hey, I still haven't beat it yet. So
I,
you beat
I
me.
beat both versions, collected all the Alolan forms in Pokemon, and had to move on to something else.
Yeah, I've been struggling to get my final projects done along with.
Yeah, luckily I had all
Pokemon.
my tests a couple weeks ago, so that's the issue.
Cool. Well, let's talk about some of the things that just happened, like literally an hour ago. Right before we recorded this was the Game Awards ceremony, and we got some little pieces of news. They showed off 2 new segments of Zelda, which we'll talk about at a later time because Skylar still does not want to be spoiled about the games, and we need some time to process it because Jordan hasn't seen the second one, and there's a lot of stuff that you can nitpick out of the
really can.
the stuff, which is incredible that they're giving us this much.
It's
information.
really coming together. It looks really nice.
It all comes
What I
together.
have seen, it just looks beautiful. Oh man, I'm so excited for this.
It looks great. Some of the games that won.
We know that Pokemon Go won the best or won Family Game of the Year, and also I think it was mobile game.
Yeah, best mobile game of the year.
Can I have a little rant about Game of the Awards?
Oh, go for
Game
it.
Awards?
Go for it.
Why the crap? If they want to try to be like somewhat reasonable or like respectable, like the Oscars or any of the other award ceremonies are, you shouldn't make your awards based off like what devices they're on, what genres they are. It's dumb. A lot of their categories are just stupid. They're not based around actual like design like principles or anything or actual artistic measurements, and they're usually just a way to circle jerk like Metacritic scores. VGAs suck.
Yeah. I agree. You got stuff like the Grammys that give out awards for best music or something like that. They're completely devoid of genre, really, of film. It's just who did the best mixing, who did the best soundtrack composition or something.
It's frustrating when Witcher 3 DLC
Oh,
won
it won.
Best RPG.
Yeah, it won again. It's like, huh?
The
It's
DLC. But Smash Bros. DLC wasn't even nominated for Best Fighter, and that was given to Street Fighter
Fighter
V, which
V.
was this buggy mess that no one likes.
Honestly, I thought Pokémon Tournament had a good shot at being the best fighting game compared to Street Fighter V.
But
Obviously, Street Fighter is a bigger franchise.
it's just ridiculous that they even allow DLC of one game in, but not DLC of another game.
Yeah. What's the rule?
There is no rule.
I didn't
It's just
even-
whatever Jeff decides. It's just
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a problem.
I didn't know
You need
most
committee.
of those games.
no. I don't either. The Nintendo crowd just is completely like left out of the VGAs every year.
Yep.
Except for
I-
Zelda for some reason.
Yeah, for the Zelda stuff that we got.
Yeah.
But I also really enjoyed before the stream actually started, we had it loaded, and the guy was like, checking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't hear it. Like, she almost started
can't hear
panicking.
It's like everyone else can hear you. What's wrong? But I don't know.
It was really funny.
VGAs are kind of, I don't know. They feel like they're put together last minute.
Yep.
Yeah, they really do. The only reason why I like them is because Nintendo decides to release some footage at that time, like they did 2 years ago and then this year. That's the only reason why I've been okay with it. I do still think, like, I mean, Overwatch winning the Game of the Year, that's just a bunch of hype and a bunch of... I mean, obviously Overwatch is a good game. It's not... I don't think it's the best game in the world, but, it's a good game.
I'm also not a fan that they put the new content or trailers or whatever. It's like, it's supposed to be a award show for the last year. Why are you putting trailers for games that are next year? Like, it's just become this giant commercial. It's a complete mess.
Mr. Gillette Man or whatever his name was, the Chick Hydra. Or
Yeah, there was a
guy.
commercial for, like, a Razer that... It was like a Razer fighter game. It was interesting.
Like, it's not a game that's coming out. It was for the Razer brand
Yeah.
to be like, look, we're better.
We're
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, it was... Yeah, it
But
was...
Skylar's like, what gamer shaves?
Yeah, yeah. Why is there a freaking shaver or whatever razor
Razer
here
sponsorship
at a video game convention? But what bugged me the most is both of the games that Nintendo won, or both the awards, they didn't formally do it on the stage. They just kind of handed it to them off to the side. Or
Yeah.
Yeah, Niantic was like with like the host or something, but
was like
on a
pre-game.
side stage.
It
Yeah,
was
during the
pre-show.
Yeah, pretty sure. He's like, oh yeah, they won this and this. Here's your award.
And now Niantic's going to talk for a minute, and they said some stuff, and that was it.
Yeah. Whatever. It is what it is.
It is, yeah.
Video Game Award. I was completely left out of most of those games loops. I struggled to find relevancy.
Well, Xenoblade was nominated somewhere, right?
Yeah, but they didn't even talk about Xenoblade at all. They didn't show any footage.
Which
nothing.
Xenoblade was such a good game.
Yeah, it was a great game.
It's apparently not as good as Witcher 3 DLC.
Yeah, the DLC is better than the entirety of Xenoblade Chronicles X. Please.
Spare me.
It's a mess. So,
But the real reason I was excited was for the Zelda info that came.
But Nintendo could just do that at any time.
Yeah, they
don't
could.
need the
They
VGAs.
really could. You don't need it.
They don't even need E3 technically.
So anyway,
with the Switch trailer and everything, yeah,
They can do
they,
it
they don't
themselves.
necessarily need it. They don't need events, but yeah, it was cool. It was definitely awesome to see the content. It was fun watching Skylar cover his ears and close his eyes because he did not want to see any
poor
of it.
guy.
Took my glasses off.
Yeah.
That was a good.
Make it blurry
good
so
move.
if you open your eyes on accident, you don't see anything.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's totally fine that you don't want to be spoiled on
So you
any of
didn't see
it,
that
so.
Link could turn into Cuckoo?
Yeah, sure, why not? You can already do that in Twilight Princess.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's not
That's
outside the
nothing
realm of
new.
possibility.
I just can't wait for that lake of lava.
Yeah.
Hey, I wouldn't be too surprised if there was a lake of lava in this game.
I'm just prepared for space. A lot of stars and galaxies. Okay, just on
Yeah, you get a spaceship, you get to fly to different Hyrules.
So, Legend of Zelda Galaxy Edition.
Anyway, we'll stop that. We'll have an episode coming up soon that's just Zelda. It'll be probably just myself, James, and Jordan while we talk about it. Skylar can be playing his game or whatever. we want.
Cuckoo's exploding into
So-
planets.
You can be playing Ocarina
That's
of
how you destroy
Time.
planets.
But anyway, so we'll be right back. Well, we're back, and we're going to talk about Pokemon Sun and Moon, since we've played through a lot of the game. I mean, Skylar's cleared the game completely.
I've cleared the game too.
You cleared the game. I mean, he's cleared the
Twice.
Pokédex, that's what I meant to say.
Oh.
But, yeah, I'm almost to the end. I just have the Elite Four, and then whatever's after that. So, anyway.
Bring Pokeballs with you to Elite Four.
Okay, it's a good thing I
Yeah.
have, like, 40 Quick Balls, because I just
found out
buy a
something,
lot.
though.
Or just
But,
keep your Master Ball.
Sure, I guess. I mean, there's other things.
There's
Okay.
nothing else I needed to use it on, though.
Cool. Well, let's start off our discussion with expectations that we had going in, like either things that we were hoping would happen or that we didn't want to happen or that we were nervous about. Skylar, did you brought up a comment before we
Yeah.
started the episode?
My biggest apprehension was the lack of gym leaders. Because gym leaders are just so Pokemon. Like, every Pokemon game, you go do a thing, go to the gym, fight the gym leader. Which I was really worried in this game how they were going to do that, because they didn't have any gym leaders. But they did a good job. The Totem Pokemon worked really well as bosses, and technically every Island Kahuna can act like a gym leader. It's pretty much what it is a gym fight.
I will say, I played the game without experience share, without Z moves, and I went blind Nuzlocke. The Totem Pokemon are ridiculously powerful. Like, it was... Oh, man, just the second Totem Pokemon was harder than any gym leader in a previous Pokemon game. Because taking that damage from multiple sides and you're trying to keep your Pokemon alive the entire time, it was a nightmare. I eventually gave up on the Nuzlocke.
So the difficulty was way greater than you thought it would be.
Oh,
again.
yeah, I was expecting it to be like X and Y, X and Y was just a complete cakewalk. Even if you just did Nuzlocke without experience share in X and Y, you were still over leveled by the time you're at the end. But this one, I don't know what it is. They scaled it higher, so you had to constantly be leveling up faster. I think they scaled the game to experience share this time.
Yeah,
I
they did.
think so too. Yeah.
And so without experience share, without Z moves were a nightmare because they would just one-shot my Pokemon, and it was horrible.
Oh, there's another one dead.
Well, let's hope they have something in the box.
Yeah, it was really rough. I got to about what's the fire one? The third one? I got to the third totem.
Yeah.
Lost to that, and I was just like, you know what, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done Nuzlocking. I'll Nuzlock my second run, but blind Nuzlocke was just impossible with this.
Yeah, you need to know what you're getting into with that Nuzlocke
good
challenge
point.
for this game.
Yeah, I don't know how you can fight those guys without losing a couple Pokemon. They're just crazy.
You can. There's a few routes. Mostly, you have to know what is coming up. Like, if you don't know if the third trial is going to be fire type, and you just some Pokemon is put out in front, it's going to die.
Well, yeah, it's got fire type, and what was it? It had 3 different Pokemon in that trial.
Yeah, Marowak and
The Hiker.
yeah, the
Hiker
thing.
Pokemon. I'm just kidding.
On my second run through the trial, I had Cubone, and he was just able to wreck the whole thing.
Oh, that's good. You beat the Marowak with a Cubone.
Yeah.
I don't need you, mother.
I'll do what you did to my mom.
That ground stab just wrecks fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. James, is there anything that
So,
for you?
my biggest expectation or worry about this game going in, forgive me for the lip smack, was it was too much like Yokai Watch.
Yeah.
And I was worried that it was gonna be too kiddish, which we just said no. The difficulty was a little higher, especially if you don't use the experience share. And that they're gonna take too many aspects from such a kiddish game. That didn't happen. And I felt like they incorporated new ideas, and sure, there were some things like, that definitely kind of got that from Yokai Watch, but they used it in a way that it still felt like Pokemon. So that was my biggest worry.
Yeah, I was worried about the camera mainly, like how finding Pokemon would result in the camera, which ended up not happening. So which was nice. The only time I ever had to use the camera was during one of the challenges, which is really nice because I don't want to take pictures.
Sometimes I took pictures, I don't know why, but I did.
Well, the level ups for the camera are like incredibly high. Like you have to have 100,000 likes total in order to get level 4, and then it jumps to 1 million.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
I'm not even on level 4 yet.
Yeah, I'm not on level 4 either, but I was reading about it and I was like, okay, no. It's not worth it if I have to get 1 million total just to do it.
What's the point of leveling up the camera?
It gives you new abilities with the camera, so you can zoom in more.
So it's just a better camera.
The camera
but there's really no much point to it.
Oh, so if you never take pictures, then...
Yeah, if you never take pictures, there's no point.
Just gives more to 100%ers.
Yeah, and I mean, I've seen people sharing some of the pictures that they've taken because you can save them.
That's true.
To your 3DS's memory to the SD card, and then pull it off the SD card if you want. Mm-hmm. And people have been sharing it, and it's pretty cool. You can take some really cool pictures with it, but of course it's not necessary, and it's just another thing to do. But yeah, I don't know. I can't really think of any expectations or apprehensions I had about the game. I mean, after playing the demo, I was really kind of disappointed. I mean, it was not a very good demo, especially after playing through the demo of Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire before those games. But, I mean, I still had hope that it was a Pokemon game. I don't want to sound like I was super faithful to this game, but I don't really recall having any issues with the game before it came out. I was just excited, as far as I can remember. I don't know if I've said anything or whatever, but I think the game was great. So that's really all I have to say about my expectations.
It's a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Although I think I did say in an earlier episode that the removal of gym leaders was either going to be amazing or terrible. There was going to be no middle ground.
You said something along those lines, yeah.
And so it's good that it was in the amazing line.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was... Oh, yeah, it definitely... It gave them more opportunity to do more challenges, too. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Instead of just sticking to 8, there were a lot more things that you could do. A lot more, to tackle.
It felt very creative. Very fresh.
I kind of wish that we got a full 18 trials, though, with each type, instead of just like, oh, you found the flying crystal. I mean, I don't even use the Z crystal, so it doesn't even matter to me. But
yeah, like going through the ice mountain, you just find the Icium. Yeah.
Flying is the hard one to find. That one took me a while.
Really? The psychic one took me a while because you have to. Yeah. It's that random path in the desert or whatever.
I just ran upon it. It was like, oh hey, psychics!
You got lucky. You got lucky then. I got lost in that desert and I was like, this is stupid. I looked up a walkthrough.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, I can't find this stupid thing. Same with
got super lucky.
The Tapu Bulu.
I
found him too.
Yeah, I was done.
I do wish that that the routes had a wider range of Pokemon to catch, because it seemed like the way that the spread is with this Pokemon game, every route has 2 Pokemon that you just find over and over and over again.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
And those same Pokemon are the common ones on like 12 different routes.
Yeah,
so you just see nothing but whatever those are.
Yungoos,
Rattata. Why are those Yungoos and Rattata should be only at the beginning area, not every single island?
Yeah, and why do I keep coming across Gumshoes on the final island? It's like, I don't need him. Like, I found him earlier. And Skylar, you were saying the other day about how frustrated you were with some of the 1% chance encounters for the wild Pokemon.
It's such a bad idea. 1% chance encounters are terrible.
So terrible.
You spend hours and hours searching in this grass for one Pokemon. it's a nightmare.
What Pokemon have 1%?
Marini.
So the water Pokemon.
A lot of the water Pokemon do. A ton of them.
Nightmare.
And Stuffant or Stuffles.
Stuffle's 1%, not 5%?
Stuffle's like 1%.
Oh wow.
Same with Mimikyu.
Mimikyu's
5%.
I looked that one
Okay,
up.
that's
Mimikyu's
still
5.
ridiculous.
But
though.
it is still
pretty
really low.
ridiculous.
It took me, I don't know, I searched for 2 hours, didn't find it, exited, and then went back in another hour finally found one. It's ridiculous. Like, I don't want to go online and trade for all these. I want to find them myself.
Right, me too.
And like you were saying, you can't just... You run into the same 2 Pokemon over and over and over again. It gets old. Searching for that one that you really want, or the one you want to put on your team.
To be fair, I do like the idea of some Pokemon being rarer than others. Like, there should be a level of feel of, like, I don't know, pride that you actually found specific Pokemon. But I think they did it with a little too many of them. Maybe, like, the Dragon Pokemon, the Jangmo or whatever, Mimikyu, like, that's fine. I hate what they've done to fishing, though. Fishing
was a really bad move.
They murdered fishing this game because you can only catch a Pokemon other than Magikarp if it's bubbling, and it only bubbles. Once it's done bubbling, you have to like leave the room and come back to get it to bubble again.
Yeah.
And even then,
it's only a 10% chance of catching something other than Magikarp.
Right. So what you want to do is you want to save and soft reset if you don't get the Pokemon.
Yep.
Like that, or that's one way to do it. I mean, you could enter and try again over and over.
There's
again,
that gear one that's like 1% too.
Yeah.
That gear Pokemon. Or the anchor one.
Delmise.
Yeah.
Delmise. Yeah.
Luckily with Delmise, it's right next to a door, so
Right.
you can just move in and out.
That one wasn't too bad, thankfully.
That's true.
But Marini was a nightmare.
I had to wait to call Corsola.
Yeah, you have to call Corsola, and then Corsola has to, shriek out for a Pokemon to come, which is funny because sometimes Marini shows up and his Pokedex entry says it devours Corsola and strews it across the bottom of the ocean. Its X is like, it should be easy to find because you'll just find a bunch of Corsola crumbs or whatever in its wake. It's like, Marini's not easy to find.
No.
It's so hard. And sometimes when it's not bubbling, I found a couple Goldines, but...
Yeah, Goldines, I think Wishy-Washies are possible to get, and Barboach. I mean,
Right.
there's other ones, but it's pretty much just Magikarps nonstop.
Yep.
Which I have found, because of this, Dratinias are super rare, and you can just trade them for anything online.
Huh.
So I've been farming
Yeah,
Dratinias.
I found a Dratini, only one, but...
Yeah.
I didn't bother with any of those.
You mentioned the SOS mechanic. I wanted to talk about that. I think that was a really cool idea that they added, but there are times when I get really annoyed by it. Like, when I get a Pokemon down to really low health and I try to catch it, like, almost always when I'm about to catch it, it calls for help. Like,
Well, I've noticed that they're more likely to call for help with the lower HP they are.
Exactly. But it's like, I feel like I've worked hard to get it down. Why are you calling for help this turn? Like, next turn is okay. Just let me try and catch you, because you can't throw a Pokeball when there are two.
I'd be okay with it if they allowed you to throw a Pokeball during it, if there was 2 of them.
I think so, too. I think that would be a lot better.
But then it'd make chaining a little too easy, because then you just wait until you get to the point where you get to, like, the 6 IV Dittos, and they're just like, I'll just sit here and, like, catch. Yeah, I understand why they didn't, but it still is pretty annoying.
It is,
Yeah. It makes finding shinies a lot easier, though.
I like Pokénav more.
I like Pokénav, too.
I like Pokénav because you got to choose what Pokemon you were going to find. You got to see what it was. You got to see what its IVs were going to look like and what item it's holding and what its abilities were. Right. Pokénav was way better than this, but this is okay. This is better than what X and Y had.
Which was nothing?
Which was nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really do miss Pokénav. I mean, things that I miss from Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, the Pokénav, what else? There was something else. Actually, I really miss being able to tap menu icons on the bottom screen without having to press X or X.
I don't get why every single Pokemon game, not even just like within the same generation, they changed that bottom screen. Why can't they keep that consistent?
I don't know. I mean, it's good to have new ideas and try to mix things up. I'm fine with that. But, some consistency would be nice.
I mean, I feel like they could have done, like, the Pokénav thing with the Rotom Dex and a bunch of other little apps. I mean, it's really nice having a mini map moving around with you as you move.
I don't understand how to use the Rotom Dex though, because I'll touch it and he's like, "I'm going to give you a helpful hit now." I'll touch it again. Here's a full map now. I'll touch it again, and he just like does a jiggle thing. It's like, what are the actions to get you to do things?
I'm just gonna talk at you, tell you where to go.
From what I've noticed, it's if you press the circle thing in the middle where you are, he tells you where to go. If you press the map, he opens the map. If you press the red part, like the actual Pokedex, he goes like.
Yeah,
like
but that's
wiggles.
not intuitive at all.
No,
like
it's not.
what the crap, Game Freak.
I didn't know you could touch it. I didn't use the map the entire time.
Well, there you go.
Also, the map is really difficult to navigate because when it's zoomed out, it's really useful to see where you want to go. And then you're like, oh, I'll zoom in to see where that is. And then it stops giving you information.
Yeah.
And it's like, why the hell did you stop telling me what things are when I'm zoomed in? Like, that's when I need to know what things are.
Right. Jeez.
Yeah.
What route am I on? Like, that was the hardest thing for my Nuzlocke. Like, I didn't know what route I was on.
Did I enter a new route yet? No? Okay.
Okay.
I don't know. Gotta find an exit.
I just started guessing, and I was like, if I'm wrong, then just whatever. I don't care.
If you've made it to this part of the episode, you're awesome. We really want to thank you for your support of our podcast. If you want to show your support, we'd like to ask you to take a minute and leave us a review on iTunes and let us know how we're doing. We'd also like to ask you to find us on our social media and give us a follow. While there, feel free to share this show with your friends. More people listening means more dedication and time from us. If you want to show even more support, please consider heading to our Patreon page at patreon.com/virtualboys. Any amount that you can send our way a month would be greatly appreciated and directly used to support the show, even if it is just $1. We've got big aspirations for the future, and your support could help make them come true. Thanks again for listening and supporting our small podcast. Now, back to the episode.
Can I say that I really like the ride Pokemon, and I'm so glad they got rid of HMs.
Yes, absolutely.
I went through the whole game without a flying type.
Wow.
And the first game, I went out without water type the first time I cleared it.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Until the very end when I caught a Wailord.
Oh,
But-
I don't have a water type either.
I do. I have
Wow.
Arachnid, but I don't know if that can
I have
learn Surf.
Purina.
Oh man, it was great. I was like, man, I'm not confined to.
Right. I was able to dump
that.
Trumbeak like way at the beginning after I found a Salazzle that I wanted.
Yeah, I don't think I have a flying type either, now that I think about it. Because you just don't care about the HM slaves anymore.
Right, it's great.
Yeah,
It's
it's
good.
really nice.
It gives you more freedom to your team. I do wish they would bring back field effect moves, though, because
Yeah,
Sweet
they
Scent's
took them
gone.
Yeah,
Wow.
Sweet Scent's gone.
What
Yeah,
the heck?
absolutely.
Yeah,
I
they have
miss
honey
that.
now.
Well, they've always had
Yeah,
honey.
they've always had honey. I don't know. I'd like to have Sweet Scent, though, but whatever. And other
it is
things,
what
like, it'd be fine. I don't know. I think it's a nice direction. It's a nice decision. I do like it. Tauros is amazing. Goodbye, bike forever. Give me Tauros. It would be nice, though, if it extended to Pokemon that are on your team.
Yeah.
I don't like how you just, like, randomly have a Charizard come pick you up. Like, and I guess then you still have to have flying Pokemon on your team, but it'd just be nice. It'd have more flavor to what's going on.
Like,
your
if you
team.
had a flying type on your team, it would use that. If you don't, you have
Yeah.
Charizard or
Yeah.
something.
Or at
Yeah.
least in your box or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Utilize
Anything
the
in your
box.
box. Like, it doesn't have to be
It's
in
like
your party.
it's like Latios and Latias. You can call them from anywhere, anytime.
Yeah, but
you
then
can
you have
get-
to go through that stupid overmap thing where you can get attacked by flying wild Pokemon that always hit me for some reason.
Well, you can adjust your altitude and go lower
Yeah.
than them, and then I got really good at that when I was going to all the Mirage Islands looking for all of the rare Pokemon and. other
It's just
stuff around
faster
there.
to use a flying Pokemon.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you don't get to see the Mirage Islands. You
But
can't just fly to those.
because there's no more HMs or anything, now that I'm in post game, instead of having like a HM slave or whatever to get around, my only Pokemon on my team now is Lurantis. I don't have anything else on my team
Oh,
because that's all I need. I'm just running around
false
catching
swipe.
Pokemon.
False swipe.
Yeah.
False
Yeah.
swipe.
There you go. Yeah, I just quick balled everything.
Well, I quick ball everything, and then I
Well,
also have
the-
false swipe as a
but-
As a
backup.
backup.
Well,
That's-
I mean, you
And
say
then-
you quick ball everything, but I feel like I'll quick ball it and it comes out. You know, it's like
It happened to me like twice.
it happened to me a lot.
And then, well,
So
and
I'm
then-
surprised you can quick ball things all the time.
Just Meteor was the only one that kept popping out of me.
well, the more Pokemon you own, the more likely you are to get a crit hit too.
True,
Or
but I
crit
do. I
catch.
have had critical hit or crit hit catch.
I've had Pokemon get out during a crit capture.
Really?
Yeah, like multiple times. Because it does the one jiggle, and it's just that one thing. But it's not a guarantee that you're going to catch it. They can still get out of that.
I had no idea.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I crit caught the Ultra Beast.
Really?
Both of them in both versions.
Whoa.
The first
Ultra
one.
Beast? Oh, the first one?
Yeah, I
Oh.
crit caught both of them.
I don't want to talk about the Ultra Beast quest, just in case there's some people.
Right. Oh,
Like me.
sorry.
Yeah.
It was good stuff though.
Yeah, it is good stuff. That's
I do,
where
I do have
at
some
right now.
complaints about a thing of that post game, but we'll talk about that a different day, I guess.
Cool. Well, I want to talk a little bit about the story and stuff, because one of the things that I wasn't expecting is how much of a role Lily had throughout the entire game.
I'm just glad that Lily didn't suck like the trailers are making her out to be.
Yeah, she was way, way, way more useful than I thought she would be.
And likable.
Yeah.
Yeah, likable.
Every
She's
character-
a likable dork.
Every character in this game was likable.
Yeah.
Very.
Yeah.
And they all have character growth. They all have their own arcs, their own personalities. Even Gladion was good. I liked him in the end. I hated him at the beginning. He was an edgelord. And then at the end, he's like, you know what? You redeemed yourself.
Yeah.
You're cool.
Yeah, you're okay.
He's a good big brother.
Yeah. Team.
He's the real rival.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Team Skull. Oh. Oh my
Team
god.
Skull is amazing.
Skull
I
is
love
awesome.
Team
I
Skull.
love Guzma.
Guzma's
Yeah.
awesome.
He's
Guzma's
bug
really
type.
cool.
He's really cool. Like he had that treasure chest full of, like Bugium.
Yeah. I am disappointed. Was he supposed to use the Bug Z move?
I don't know.
Maybe,
I don't
but
know.
I
killed him
took
way
him out
that.
before he could.
Yeah, same, same.
Yep. Just knock out his Golisopod.
Well, I mean, they said that they were the grunts. When you get to that part of the game, they're all like, "Yeah, we're collecting all the Bugium Z's that we can find for our boss, so he can be the most powerful bug trainer in the world."
I'll challenge him on that. I'm thinking about going to the battle tree with nothing but bug Pokemon.
Do it.
Oh boy. Good luck.
Bug water, that would help.
Well, yeah, I'm thinking of doing Arachnid, Araquanid? Yeah, Araquanid and Scizor, and I'm trying to figure out what my third would be.
Vigavolt.
Maybe Vikavolt.
Vigavolt's so good.
All right, yeah, that's a good
Vigavolt's
that's
just
a good one.
slow. That's the only problem with him.
His
Yeah.
his
a
special
little
attack
slow.
is crazy.
His special
though.
attack is like almost is one of the best special attacks in the entire region, but his speed is awful.
He's the electric bug.
I
How is
know.
this?
I was a little disappointed
Yeah,
by his speed.
A lot of
too.
people are really upset.
This-
I did see a meme that was like they were holding it, like they had edited Vikavolt into like their hands, and like they're like, "Why are you like this?" And then it cut to its speed, like its base speed stat, and I thought it was really funny.
This generation has really slow
Yeah.
Pokemon.
They're all really slow. I don't know why.
But didn't they
They're-
buff Mega Alakazam?
They buffed all the Megas.
Yes, Mega Alakazam.
Well, kind of.
I thought Gengar got.
So what they did with the Megas is as soon as you Mega Evolve, then your stats are immediately relevant. Whereas before in 6th Gen, when you Mega Evolved, you were still running off your speed stat from before you Mega Evolved until the next turn. And so now you Mega Evolve, it immediately puts in your speed stat that your Mega Evolved Pokemon has, plus it takes into account your abilities. So Prankster Sableye now actually works.
Wow.
And so we're going to see a lot of the Megas going up in value.
yeah.
Alakazam, Beedrill, Sableye all got massive boosts from this.
yeah.
And Gengar's getting thrown down the hole because Game Freak hates Gengar for whatever reason.
Game Freak is just
Bye-bye
nerfing the
Levitate.
heck out of him.
Yeah, they got rid of his Levitate, and I forgot what was the other... Oh, they hurt
Destiny Bond.
Destiny Bond.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can only use it once now. But I don't. Mega Alakazam's gonna be so good because he's like 5th fastest in the game himself. He hits freaking hard.
I'm just excited for Prankster Sableye Mega. That's what I'm stoked for.
So what does Prankster do?
If it's a status move, it always has priority.
Oh, cool.
So Will-O-Wisp is a priority move, and so that's what you do with Sableye. You just like throw him out. Will-O-Wisp, hot, you can't hurt me. Now I'll just stall you out and watch you bleed.
Yeah. Alakazam learns disarming or fairy moves.
Yeah,
So-
I can't wait for the next few months to see what people do with the competitive Pokemon with these games because
Toxapex.
Toxapex for sure.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
fairy killer.
And I mean, we're not gonna see a lot of the older Pokemon for a few more months because we have to wait for the update to allow Pokemon Bank
Next
transfer
month.
them up.
Yeah, it's
Until
just next
January.
month.
That's next month.
Smoggin's
but-
completely ignoring the Pokebank free meta. They're just like, let's just get ready for the Pokebank meta
Makes sense.
because there's not enough time.
Yep. First gen will now be brought up.
Yeah, that's gonna be the weird thing. How are the Pokemon from the Virtual Console games going to transfer?
I don't know. All I care about is my Fissure Machamp.
But the stats are different. Like you could
Exactly,
theoretically
right.
make a stronger Charizard in Gen 1 if you do it right. So I have no idea.
I don't think anyone knows except Game Freak, and maybe that's
I
why
don't
they're
think
taking
Game Freak
so long.
knows.
Yeah, exactly. That's why they're taking so long for the update. They're like, "Crap, we promised them this. How are we going to do this? The
We weren't
game
thinking
has
this
changed
through, guys."
so much."
Like I don't even know how they're going to have Pokemon transfer from Gen 6. I mean, what do you do with a Gengar with Levitate?
Yeah, does it keep Levitate or
no,
not?
it can't keep Levitate.
They could.
No, they're not going to do that.
They could.
If they were going to do that, they'd leave Levitate in.
Maybe they want to reward you for buying the other versions.
This is your reward for having a Gengar in Gen 6.
Hey.
It seems like they took
Woo!
Levitate away because they wanted to
could
nerf Gengar specifically. So I don't think they're going to leave Levitate
Yeah,
in.
and it's really funny because Ghastly and Haunter both have Levitate still, but
Yeah, but
Gengar does
That
not.
makes sense. Gengar is walking on the floor.
Yeah.
We'll just have to see what happens. I mean, you know, it could not happen. It could happen. Well,
It's true, we don't quite know yet.
yeah.
So that's a competitive scene. Is there anything else
Oh,
from?
there's a lot more to talk about the competitive scene.
Okay, fine. Then let's keep talking about it.
Toxapex!
All right.
Well,
Toxapex.
Fairies are
it's
dead.
just a poison wall, pretty much.
Oh yeah, they gave it a strict upgrade to protect. What are they thinking? It's protected, but poisons the opponent too.
Yeah. If they physically attack Toxapex while
poisoned.
it has that shield up, they get poisoned.
And has access to
Finish,
Scald,
Chuck. Finish.
and has access to Regenerator. So when you switch it out, it gains 1/3 of its health back.
Toxic.
And Toxic, and like the thing, it is nuts. It is absolutely insane.
Venoshock.
Yeah, Venom
That's what
Shock.
I'm
on
saying.
it.
Shock.
Venoshock. Venoshock.
So, and I think it also has Recover too.
Yeah, I think so.
So you could just like Toxic something and then wall them to death. Like that thing it's Uber all over the place, and it's going to define the whole Uber meta.
Wow. Mudsdale, on the other hand, is not quite Uber, but
No.
it is very good.
He might see OU. I think the OU Pokemon are definitely going to be Mudsdale. Maybe Beware.
Beware's got a good ability.
He's got a good ability,
Does.
but he might not have the speed stat to be a good physical attacker.
Yeah, his speed's not that great. Like most of this generation's Pokemon.
Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe
A
it's
lot
all
of
the
people-
spam.
A lot of people are talking about Arachnid is interesting because it has double water stab. Because it's
Double water step, what is that?
so it has stab because it's water type,
Uh-huh.
and it has an ability that also gives stab to water.
Oh.
So it gets stabbed twice. To water moves.
So is that 1.5 instead of 1.25, or is it going to be 1.25 times 1.25?
I think in the end it comes out to 1.75.
Wow.
And then on top of that, its ability gives it more resistance to fire. So that one's interesting. Golisopod might replace Kangaskhan in doubles. Just because first impression is like twice the power of Fake Out, and Kangaskhan got basically murdered,
Got nerfed.
nerfed hard.
Yeah.
And with that item red card,
Yeah, red card
it should be
hilarious.
interesting to see
That would be so funny.
how that works with Glossiopod. Is that how you pronounce
It depends
Hit me?
if they have to switch out before or during your
Yeah,
switch out. If
it
it's
depends
after,
there's a
then
few
it's bad.
factors.
I want to play around with that. I saw a few Mimikyu sweeps online that were hilarious to watch because it basically you put a focus sash on that, it takes 3 hits to kill no matter what,
Oh,
Yeah, because its ability just
Yeah.
lets it take a hit, no problem.
and so you just stack sword stance or whatever, and then sweep the whole team.
wow.
I love Mimikyu. It's such a cool Pokemon.
It was so frustrating as a can I say it was it was a totem Pokemon, and so like it was so frustrating because I was like do like a super good hit, and it's like not hit my decoy.
Yeah, I used a Z move on him and it hit his decoy, and I was so mad. I'm like, okay, all right,
Snap. Dang it!
But
Plus
it's
it's
a
half
cute
ghost type.
Yeah.
Gets
Ghost Fairy.
resistance to normal and fighting.
And Dragon.
Because of fairy.
Because of
Oh,
Fairy.
yeah, because fairy. Jeez.
Yeah,
Wow.
it has really good typing. It has pretty good move pool. It has sword stance. Throw out, what's it called? The spider from Gen 2.
Gyarados?
Yeah,
Ariados?
Ariados, use Sticky Web, let it die, and then throw out Mimikyu and double sword stance, and then you have a faster speed stat and you just sweep everything.
Sweep.
Good old sweeper.
It's a good strategy.
That's a good strategy. Yeah, so like Dave was saying, the competitive scene looks awesome. And
Yeah.
It's so different.
Well, what's interesting is this competitive scene seems to be wrapping around Pokemon abilities rather than Pokemon stats, like Gen 6 did. Because Gen 6 was just, will the Megas change everything? This time, everything has, like, weird abilities, like Decoy. Like, that's interesting. Stamina, and Beware's ability. It's going to be a really interesting meta this time.
I named my Beware Pedo Bear, but I had to use like the Elite Speak because Nintendo wouldn't let me put it.
Really?
Yeah, they banned Pedo.
They banned Pedo, so I was like, well, all right, I'm just gonna use Elite Speak. P3D0B.
Yeah, I forgot to name mine, but I probably would have named it Pedro Bear.
It's real bad. Stop making fun of my Stuffles.
No,
It's
it's
my Stuffle man. When you
It's
talk to him,
freaking
he's like,
adorable.
"Meow." I was like, oh, come with me.
Jay,
Beware needed the...
like rip him apart. It's like, I love you. You're mine.
That's why his evolved form hugs you to death, is because people have been tearing his arms off when he
He
was
has
a
a
baby.
little tag on his butt where his butthole should be. It's so cute.
I wish Beware had the same cry that it has in the anime.
Yes. Oh, if you haven't seen
Oh,
the clip where Ash sees Beware for the first time, it is the funniest thing ever. It's just this. Go see it. Go watch it. It is hilarious.
Yeah, just that one clip on YouTube or whatever. You don't need to watch the rest of the anime. It's kind of...
It's not that good,
No, it's bad. Not as good as the XY season.
and not as good as this game.
Yeah.
Nope. Yeah. Other Pokemon. Let's see that we really
Why?
liked.
I was really
Mimikyu is
disappointed.
cute,
Mimikyu is
but-
cute.
Oh, sorry. What were you
I was really disappointed with Salazzle. I was thinking going into this gen that was going to be my favorite Pokemon. It just can't body any hits.
It can't take any hits. It has some speed, but I mean that's just an Alola. When you talk about the other Pokemon out there, it's just not fast enough.
Right.
Sandslash was awesome, though. I named mine Sonic.
I didn't run any.
Good old Sonic Hedgehog.
He's not very fast.
Whoa!
Sonic T Hedgehog.
Sonic T Hedgehog.
I didn't run with Vulpix or Sandslash. Well, I mean, you have Vulpix and Sun and Sandslash and Moon, but Tangerine. Anyway, I didn't run with them, but their designs look really good.
They're really cool.
I
And,
really like Alolan Ninetales.
Yeah.
Alolan Sandshrew is basically the Dragon Fairy Slayer. He's like, oh, you're a fairy? I'm steel. Oh, you're a dragon? I'm ice.
What are you?
Die.
Death.
And then he bodies like every hit ever. It's great.
Yeah.
As long as it's not fire.
Some of the Alolan forms, like other Alolan forms, I mean, Geodude and Graveler are ugly, and
Yeah.
I don't like them. But Golem is freaking awesome.
Yeah, it made it worth it.
It's a freaking rail gun on
It's
his
like
back.
it's like Game Freak was like, okay, guys, I know Geodude looks super ugly, but just work with me. And then Graveler goes, it's like, okay, I know you're worried that it looks like he has zits all over his face, but don't worry, it'll be really cool. Golem, oh, I get you now. See, I told you, railguns.
Railguns.
It's really, really cool. Alolan Raichu is really awesome too.
Yeah, I like him.
He's cute.
Does he have levitate?
Yeah. Well, no, wait.
No.
No, he doesn't.
Okay.
He gets a boost
Sorry.
from electric terrain.
It looks like he had levitate, but he doesn't. Sorry.
Yeah. My biggest disappointment was Crabominable.
Yeah.
I was like, Crab Brawler is so cool. He just reminds me of Little Mac, just punching whatever. And then he turns into this hideous thing with weird hair and all over his...
And feet for hands.
Yeah, what the heck? Oh, man.
It's not a crab anymore.
It's so sad. The Pokedex says that it climbed to the mountain to become stronger, but then it got lost and decided not to go back down the mountain for some reason. So it grew fur and became Crabominable. I was like, that has got to be the dumbest evolution I've ever...
It's a crab. It can't grow fur.
It's a Pokemon.
Pokemon.
It's not a mammal.
I'm hoping that, like, in a future game, they're just like, yeah, we messed up here. Let's give him a new evolution, like a secondary evolution that happens in another region or
Like they
something.
did with Snorunt.
Yeah, because honestly, that thing just looks so ugly.
Glalie,
right?
I love you, but
Yeah.
no.
I was so
Glalie was the
sad.
one.
The typing
That
is
was-
cool. Ice fighting. I mean, weak to
Or
some
no,
things,
you're
Yeah,
but
yeah, Glalie was Gen 3, and then they gave it the secondary Ghost Ice form, which is really cool. Even though she's not that great.
No.
But anyway. But yeah, they could do that with Crabrawler. I have a Crabrawler on my team. I evolved him, and I have him for the typing, and that I've had him like my entire run.
See, my fighting type was Beware. It was awesome. Apparently, I just randomly found a 1%
you're
Pokemon.
so lucky.
Yeah. Well, I ran with Beware in one version, and I ran with Crabominable in the other version.
Oh, by the way, I looked it up. It's 5% for stuff.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
Beware is
still-
But
pretty
that's
sweet.
still rare.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Beware bodies everything because apparently it has resistance to all physical moves
Except
That's
fire.
so cool, except for
except
fire.
for fire. Fire is like the weakest offensive typing in the game.
Fire
Yeah, sure.
Blitz.
It can be, but
It just has the weakest range of types to hit, so you just whip something else out. That's
Yeah.
fine.
yeah.
Yep.
These games are great. I really, really, really like Pokemon Sun.
We haven't even started talking about like Pokepelago or anything like that.
Oh yeah, some of the other things. We should talk about that. Pokepelago is such a useful addition to the game.
I thought it was going to be a gimmick and that I would never touch it. I'm finding myself turning on my game just to update my Pokepelago.
Exactly. That's the only reason why I'm still playing right now. Is like, gotta upgrade my Pokepelago all the way. That way I can get faster egg hatches, get Pokemon to like me faster, work on the EV training, and the level ups and stuff. Which I'm kind of sad that they still don't have a way to see the numbers for your EV boost.
I miss super training.
It's just kind of annoying, and you have to hatch 20 eggs to unlock the IV ability.
Yeah.
In the game.
I mean,
Well, the IV ability sucks. I hate it.
You don't like it?
Oh, I hate it. The one where you can manipulate the IVs and all that?
Oh no, not that one.
Oh, okay.
Just seeing the stats.
Oh,
the
okay.
IV stats.
Yeah. Okay.
They still don't give you numbers, but they give you like this is the best or whatever, like typical stuff. But
yeah.
that Pokemon does for some reason.
I mean, the Pokepelago EV training, he'll tell you how much it gained in the one session, so you can write it down.
That's annoying.
But yeah, I mean, he will tell you if his stat won't go any higher, because I didn't realize that the Ash Greninja, they had already maxed out its EVs with speed, attack, and special attack. I don't know why he came like that, but
Because it's
he did.
Ash.
Yeah,
He doesn't know how to train.
we're gonna do a split between attack and special attack. I'm like, why? Like, okay,
'Cause
but
it's
Now
why?
you can grind out those items that make you erase IV or EVs that take
How
forever.
do you do that? Where are the items to grind out EVs?
I don't know in this gen, but I know where they were in 6th gen.
Yeah, I know where they are in. Yeah, what the
There's
heck?
some berries.
There's
I think
berries,
they
yeah.
only use berries this one, and that's what the
I
berry
have
farm
berries that
is
do
for.
that, but I haven't used them.
Man,
Well, gotta go exploring and find all the berries and grow them.
guess so.
But growing berries is so great in Pokepelago.
It is nice.
Like,
I have like citrus berries galore, and I was like potions. I'll only use potions like in the middle of the battle, I guess. But I just use citrus berries. Eat all the berries.
you're making your Pokemon fat.
Can't eat another one.
no,
Ah.
fruits are good for you.
Yeah.
No, they're not. They're high in sugar.
Good sugar.
my Pokemon don't have teeth, so it's okay.
It's natural sugar. All sugar is natural.
It's natural. No, I love Pokepelago, and it's cool also because you can find wild Pokemon, and then he's
Yeah.
like, I want to join your party.
I got a Lapras yesterday.
You got a Lapras. Good job.
That one version, my Lapras came, said nope, left. The other version, Lapras like, okay, cool, I'll stay.
That's
in
awesome.
the Pokeball? Yeah. I think the rarest thing I got was Matang.
Ooh,
That's
I got
wow.
Matang and Drifloon.
there you go.
Nice.
I almost got the Tree Ghost thing, but then he ran away.
Yeah, my Trevenant ran too.
I have to look. I had a Trevenant yesterday that was like, he's like, wait a day. I'm like, okay, but I haven't looked yet.
Stop telling me to wait. I want to know now.
Yeah.
No.
Join my island or leave.
So to wrap things up, can we talk about what we want to see in Pokemon Stars, or the rumored game that's supposedly coming to the Switch?
Do we know what the
Rumored.
next Pokemon game is going to be? Is it even going to be on the Switch?
We don't know.
This
It's
is a rumor.
rumored.
I mean, Game Freak said that they were working on a game for the Switch earlier.
Sure.
It could be
But
like
it could just
a
be a
different
port
game.
for Sun and Moon.
It could be
Right.
a port.
Maybe
Okay.
maybe Pokemon Stars is.
But there's gonna be some difference if it's.
Would it be Stars or I thought it would be Eclipse. Eclipse
No,
makes more sense.
they said it's Project Star.
Project Stars.
Project
That's
Star.
the
Sorry,
rumor.
not Pokemon Star, but Project Star.
That's the rumor.
But yes, a Pokemon Eclipse would be a way better name. I agree. But if it does go to the Switch, they're gonna have to get rid of all of the touchscreen stuff, which means Pokepelago is going to have to be different. The Pokemon
It
refresh
doesn't
has to
really
be different.
have to be different. All you have to do is have a little cursor.
I mean, you
that
could
can
do the
move around.
cursor, but for Pokemon Pelago, yes, you could do the cursor. But
Like
for,
this game's not very reliant on the touchscreen or
No,
even
it's
the
not.
dual screen at all.
Absolutely.
That's why it's like, oh, so maybe it is coming to the Switch.
Right, but what I'm saying is the Pokepelago uses the touchscreen, so does Pokemon Refresh, and so does your Pokédex.
Now what if the NX does have a touchscreen? Is it okay?
Well, you don't play on the tablet when it's plugged into the TV, so they can't.
Yeah.
It might not have a touchscreen just because of that.
Oh. So like, for example, if you're playing on the TV, you use the cursor. But if you're playing on just the pad and not the TV,
Maybe, but
could you
I
just touch it
could see Nintendo skipping out on the touchscreen entirely.
Yeah, I could see it too.
Yeah.
Just because there's no point when it's because if it has to be able to play a game off the TV and on the TV, but when it's on the TV, it can't use the gamepad. What's the point?
Yeah.
At that point,
You're docking it too.
yeah, you have to dock it too. Nintendo has said you have to dock it to play on the TV.
Right, you do.
Yeah.
You can't stream it from your device to the docking station.
The only thing I really want is numbers for my IV and EV stats. That's the main issue because they have numbers. They tell you they get numbers in 6th gen. They do
40.
too. Yeah,
it
it
went by 8.
Went up by 8. Went up by 16. Went up by 12. Whatever. They're there. Why can't they just display the number for you next to all the stats?
Well, yeah. What I want is, I don't know. I kind of just want like the next adventure, whether that's a remake for 4th gen, or a lot of other people have been saying online. What if the next game isn't a remake for 4th gen, but is instead a sequel to Gen 1? So Red 2, Blue 2. Because there was a lot of hints towards Kanto this game.
Oh yeah, they reference Kanto like crazy in this game.
There was also a lot of references to Sinnoh.
That's true.
Yes,
There's both
that's
of
true
those.
too.
Maybe they just wanted to keep their options open.
Yeah.
Like
Keep
you'll never
options
know
open.
which one we're going to do next.
Also, with how the game ends, it also feels like that there could be a potential sequel to this game as well.
Well, this game just feels like it's setting up for sequel in general.
Yeah.
So maybe it would just be like Sun 2, Moon 2, which
Yeah.
hopefully just be Eclipse.
Right.
If we do get an Eclipse, I don't want it to just be Sun and Moon with just like a few upgrades. I don't want it to be like Platinum and Emerald were to their generations. I want it to be like Black and White 2 were to their generations.
See, that'd be really cool.
This is a very story-focused Pokemon game, and so I want there to be a new story to it.
I totally agree.
Well, Skylar would
Absolutely.
say something about the story, how this story places compared to the other generations.
Yeah. I still like 5th gen story a little bit more.
I think I like this story a bit more.
I like this one. I think it sets up a really good. It makes it a very good atmosphere, very chill, very relaxed. But something about 5th gen is just, I like it so much. That whole story.
I think I like the plot more in 5th gen, but this one is a lot more character focused.
Well, yeah,
than 5th gen was.
it's written better.
Yeah.
The writing, the dialogue's very good.
Yeah.
Very good dialogue. I have to agree with Skylar on that one. Maybe because I'm a little biased because I love 5th gen so much. But I think the story in 5th gen is good, but Sun and Moon does give you a look into the characters like you've never have. And some of that has to do with the facial expressions you see with these characters. And you really do care for. You kind of feel some of their pain, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'd say so.
I wish Guzma got more screen time.
Yeah.
I agree.
A little bit. Yeah, I agree.
Guzma needed more time. I mean, you did get a lot of grunt growth. Like, a lot of the grunts had their own personalities. And
I wish
things.
they named some of the grunts.
Yeah.
Had them be because they were recurring characters.
They made the joke.
That was one of the
That,
jokes.
like, I'm Grunt A, you Grunt or whatever.
We're both named Grunt.
Well,
yeah,
I'll write
both
my
named
name
even
on the
then,
shirt.
even then, just name them like Grunt A through Z, so that we know which ones are which at least. But give them like actual names because they had personality. They were recurring as well, and they had character growth. And it would have been interesting if your rival this generation was like two grunts who would just show up every single time, and then like they progress with you, the character, throughout the story.
Like a Team Rocket.
Yeah, sort of like a Team Rocket except competent.
Yeah, it's a competent. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know how competent the grunts are. I'll just say that.
More well, they're on a different level than Team Rocket is.
You know, another character I wish they would have developed more is Plumera, or whatever. Exactly. No, I think I said her name wrong.
you said it right.
The big sister of the.
Yeah, she was kind of just fluff.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of like, okay, why are you here? Like, you know, I guess we need an admin of a sort for Team Skull. I guess you're one of them. But I don't know. It would have been cool to like have more. You know, what is she related to Guzma and what, you know, what does she think about this whole thing? We got a little bit of that. One other gripe I have, this doesn't have anything to do with Team Skull. It's about the character, the main character itself. I love the customization. That is awesome. I'm glad they're doing that. Can't they do a little more facial expressions than just the blank, like...
I don't
I
see
have
how
no
it would be hard
soul.
for them to not do that. Like, you could use the same, like, you know, coding styles for both the boy and the girl to call up, like, the same stuff. Like...
No, they just wanted to make the character look like a serial killer the whole time.
Really, though?
Well, I thought it was so funny. Like, this big, huge, epic thing happens in front of you, and your character's like, eh.
It's like,
That's
wow,
cool.
that's cool.
wide-eyed and mouth is just, like,
Cool.
slightly smiling.
Okay.
Well, my favorite was when your character is smiling at something horrible is happening to the Aether Foundation person.
Exactly. It was like, what is wrong with you? Everyone else in there is like, oh my goodness, like that, all this shocked expression.
Exactly as I
like,
planned.
your character's like smiling and just like, like.
Off in La La
I'm
Land.
imagining 12 different ways my Beware could just strangle her.
Go hug.
If they want customization to go to another step, yeah, bring the facial expressions in. Make me care about this character more so. I know it's supposed to be me, per se, or a character I choose.
Yeah.
But it needs to have the character.
Also
growth.
put more clothes in because there's just not enough clothes. I almost own every clothes.
I
own
own all of the.
You own all of them?
clothing.
Even the ones in the mall?
There's a mall.
There's a mall. And it's horrible because the bags
Isn't
are
the
worth...
first gym? First island?
The first
Yeah.
island.
Oh.
In the mall, like, the bags themselves are worth 350,000 Poké-yen.
Holy crap.
Wow.
So you can't say you own them all until you clear out that
I didn't
shop.
know there was that option.
Yeah.
I just picked up all the ones in the other shops around.
No.
Did you get the
It's really
skull
expensive.
tee?
I'll have to show you my
from
character.
the Team Skull.
My character
I don't know. Maybe.
isn't wearing anything worth less than 50,000 yen right now.
Well, aren't you the Mr.
If I'm
Rich
buying
Pants?
the expensive stuff, I'm going to wear it.
I think I added up my clothing is worth more than 1,000,000 yen or whatever.
Jeez.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, let's have more money I'll see in a lifetime.
Just what I'm wearing right now.
That's great.
And I own almost the entire shop too, and all the other shops in the island. I've been trying before I finish the Pokédex. I have to collect every piece of clothing.
Gotta catch 'em all, gotta catch 'em all. Clothes, gotta catch 'em all, gotta catch 'em all. Yeah.
Tank top, other top. This shirt. Yoga
Capri
pants.
pants, pants, shorts. Shorts are easy and comfortable to wear.
Gotta buy 'em all. Gotta buy 'em all.
Clothes.
Flat top shoes.
There is a point in the game. There is a quest where you do get a ton of money. I won't say how much money. I won't say what
Crap ton of
quest
money.
it is. I floored out my bank account within like 10 minutes.
This is what happens when you give 11-year-old that much
At
money.
least 150.
So what am I gonna do with 1,000,000 Poké-yen?
Oh no, he said it.
Oh, whoops.
I hope you skip forward by 30 seconds. Anyway.
Oh my gosh, I'm so untight-lipped. I beat both of these games. Dude,
you're amazing. Well, both of you guys are amazing for beating the game as fast as you did.
Man. The first one was like 40 hours, and the second one took me like 30.
Dude,
I would have finished it earlier if I didn't try nuzlocking it 2 times before I just gave up.
True.
I think I added up. I've played a total of 80 hours of Pokemon so far.
I should see how much I've played.
Yeah, it's about where I'm at right now.
Well, cool. How about we go over our final thoughts since we've been talking for a while, so we can finish up here. I think it's a fantastic game. I say that like every time it comes up to like final thoughts, and I know because I get to edit these episodes. But anyway, yeah, the games are great. I definitely think it's a great step for Pokemon in general. I really love a lot of the mechanics in the game. I think the story was great. I think it's the best story in a Pokemon game, especially the dialogue. And I don't know, I really enjoyed myself with it, and I'll leave it at that. Would anyone else like to give their thoughts?
Sure. I really liked it. I know it's still the honeymoon phase, but I think this might be my second favorite generation. Nothing can ever beat 3rd gen, but I absolutely love it. It's fantastic. It's one of the best Pokemon games ever made.
Great. Skylar or James?
Well, if you want to see my opinion, you can just read the review I put online at virtualboys.xyz.
That's sponsored.
So yeah,
I was not paid to say that. I'm just kidding.
I wasn't.
Actually, I was.
I wrote it.
If you want to pay me, that'd be great. I'm just kidding.
But yeah, so it's up there. I've plenty of ideas.
Awesome. No, it's a great review. I will say this: when they announced this game, they said it all comes together.
That meant nothing.
I've been thinking, like, what does it mean? It could mean nothing. But the way I see it is, they took everything that they learned from all the previous generations, and they said, okay, what makes Pokemon fun? What makes it enjoyable? And they took those elements and created this game. This is just maybe a little bit of a stretch, but I think that's how they thought they were going to bring it all together. And I think in the end, they came up with with the chillest Pokemon game in the whole series. Very relaxing, very chill.
Great. Does anyone want to assign numbers to it? I know Skylar has. What was the number?
Give it a 9.7.
9.7.
10.
I think that's about right. I don't want to give it a perfect 10, but
there's just something keeping
there.
me from doing that.
Sure, I'll give it a perfect 10. I don't like doing points. I like doing whole numbers, and
well, if we do that,
it's close
then
enough for me.
It would definitely be on
just
the high
me,
end
like,
of 9s.
Yeah,
right.
Like you
guys
do your thing. It's just, I think I'll label it as a 10. I mean, it is my second favorite Pokemon game so far. So, sure.
Yeah.
I give it 9.7.
Yeah. My problem is I always like the newest generation. It doesn't matter what it is. I always am in love with whatever the new one is.
I didn't have that with 4th, 5th, or 6th gen.
Really?
Yeah.
I definitely had it with 5th and 6th. 4th gen, I played a crap ton of it, but
5th gen took some time for me to warm up to it. I never liked 4th gen, and 6th gen, it's just it exists. It's fine.
I liked 6th gen at the time, but I'm like that. I'm just like, I'm just gonna play the new one. I like the
newest one.
Yeah.
I fell in love with Ortis like almost immediately though. That thing's my favorite Pokemon.
Same here.
Still.
Just brought back all those memories of playing through Sapphire under my covers.
They made Sapphire better.
Yeah. I mean, it just brought back all those memories of me sitting under my covers at night, playing on my Game Boy Advance SP. So, good stuff. Well, I guess that does it for our review of Pokemon Sun and Moon. I mean, we loved the games. Absolutely. That's why we gave them numbers. So, don't forget to check us out on our website at virtualboys.xyz. You can check out our Facebook and Twitter accounts as well. Don't forget to subscribe to us and share us with your friends. We'd really appreciate your help with getting the word out there. And we'll catch you next time. We'll see ya.
Bye.
Goodbye, all you good people.
See ya.